Hi, I'm Tom.
And I'm Molly.
Welcome to Forensic Gameology, hosted by MoonlightCrew.com.
Reviews for science.
In 7 minutes or less. Istanbul. I'm not going to lie. Istanbul is a game I only played because Molly wanted to. She saw it. Where'd you see it? Board Game Geek Convention? Around?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
It
you
was
tell
on-
me merchants in Istanbul is the theme, and I'm like, no. But is it good? Let's find out. In Istanbul, you are a merchant, and there's a bunch of places on the board that you can move to and leave an assistant or pick up an assistant. And you can only take an action if you have an assistant to leave or if you're picking one up. Otherwise, you have to return to the starting space and gather all your assistants, which, kind of kills your turn, but it's strategic. The player aid for this game is, I think, incredible. I think all games should have a player aid this good. But it tells you that you move your merchant, if you encounter another merchant, you have to pay them, and then you can take the action on any of these spaces, and then if you encounter several pieces that represent people, merchant, smuggler, convict family members, if you encounter them on the board, you get some sort of boon. Now, the point of the game is to get 5, or in a 2-player game, 6 of these red gems, and they're kind of scattered around the board in various places, and there's various ways to earn those, and whoever gets to the 5th or 6th one signals game end, and then it goes around until everybody's had an equal number of turns. Simplicity versus complexity.
Oh, I would say it's complex. Because we didn't even touch on what you do at each of these locations, how you even get the gems. So I would say it's complex, but it's simple in what you actually do on your turn. Like Tom said, the play rate is super fancy, and that's it. There's
Useful.
4, fancy, useful. There's 4 things you do, and you do them in that order. Every turn, that's what you do. You move your merchant, take the action, encounter other people, and move on to the next person. So in that, it's very simple, but in actually remembering what all these things do, it's a little complex. It's a Euro. There are wooden cubes.
That's true.
So a little complex in that.
Pushing wooden cubes as a Euro. Yeah. Who would have thought? So this is a complex game, but it's graspable. Once you play, I think if you play it one time, you'll be ready to play it competitively. The very next time you play. It is complex, but it's not so complex that you'll have to spend 10, 11, 15, 30 times trying to get your head wrapped around it.
Well, I don't think it's too fiddly. I think it's the right amount of complex, because then you get it after one. You're like, oh, I got it.
Right. I think it has a good balance.
Yeah.
Luck versus strategy.
Well, so we just talked about this. It's lucky in who goes first.
By die roll.
Die roll, and that has a huge impact on the game. But I have seen in a 5-player game, I have seen the person who went 4th win.
That was me. I won.
It didn't count because someone was playing for the first time. So thank goodness. But in that, there's luck. But I think in a 2-player game, there's a little bit more luck with the die roll. But I think it's strategic. And where you go, what strategy you decide to go after, and if someone messes you up, go after a different one. I think it's hugely strategic because, like Tom said, these are spread out all over the board, these red gems, and so there's multiple ways that you can earn them. And so which one are you going to go for? I think it's pretty strategic in that.
I think the balance between luck and strategy is what kind of draws me to this game. That you can mitigate your luck by earning different types of bonuses to help. There are dice in the game, and there are 2 places that use them outside that initial roll. And then whenever you encounter a person, a non-player, you have to roll the dice to see where they go. And you can mitigate that by your choices. So I really do think there's some luck. You have to draw cards for bonus cards from the top and whatnot, but your choices matter. It's not just a luck fest. It's very strategic, with an element of luck that makes it really appeals to me in that regard. Fun versus strategy.
Boring?
Sorry.
Fun versus boring?
Fun versus boring. My bad.
I've had fun every time I've played. I think I'm new into the heavy Euro game, and I wouldn't call this a heavy Euro, but it is a thinking. Yeah, it's a medium. It's a thinking game, and I think it's super fun because the turns are very quick. So it usually gets back to me, and while it's other people's turns, I'm thinking about what I can do. I really like that about this game. I think it is really, really fun, and it challenges me to be better at strategy.
I think this game is very fun. I like that it has a Middle Eastern theme. I've never lived in Turkey or been to Turkey, but I've lived in the Middle East, and I can appreciate the small mosque, the great mosque, the markets, the tea house. It's just that speaks to me on just a personal level. But on top of that, the theme is really cool. There's gambling spaces. The
Yeah.
tea house is where you go to roll the dice and
Yeah.
try to get money, and you wager
Yeah.
an amount that you roll.
That is pretty cool. Yeah.
They really did a good job
Yeah.
on making what I thought would be a boring theme fun, and it really made it come alive. And I
Yeah.
can appreciate that about this game, and I really enjoy it. On Board Game Geek, on the rating scale, how would you rate
this
this?
a solid 9.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm always willing to play. It's super fun. It makes me think, and I really appreciate that about a game.
I would give this a 9. I mean, I suggest it. I want to play it.
Yeah. Yep.
I like it. It makes me think of Euphoria and how fast the turns go. And,
Yeah.
and so I hope you like Euphoria, because I would compare it to that in hardly nothing else, except that the turns are fast, and I really can appreciate that about a medium weight Euro moving quickly.
Yeah, I would agree. Subscribe and win a painting once we get every multiple of 500.
It could be you, so subscribe and tell your friends.
We've presented the evidence.
You be the judge.